Is drinking raw milk safe like RFK Jr. suggests? Can you reduce a glucose spike if you eat your food in, quote unquote, the right order? I'm registered dietitian Abby Sharp. I host a nutrition myth-busting podcast called Bite Back with Abby Sharp. And those are just some of the questions I tackle with qualified experts on my show. There is so much food misinformation and disinformation out there, and it can feel impossible to know what's real and what's BS. On Bite Back, my goal is to help listeners create a pleasurable relationship with food, their body, and themselves, which in my opinion is the fundamental secret to good health. Listen to Bite Back wherever you get your podcasts.
We interrupt this program to bring you an important Wayfair message. Wayfair's got style tips for every home. This is Styles McKenzie helping you make those rooms sing. Today's style tip. When it comes to making a statement, treat bold patterns like neutrals. Go wild, like an untamed animal print area rug under a rustic farmhouse table from Wayfair.com. Arr, fierce. This has been your Wayfair style tip to keep those interiors superior.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
This is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI Studios in Toronto, Canada.
Hey Toronto, this is Ed Sheeran.
This is Kelly Clarkson.
Hi, this is Bryan Adams.
This is Adele.
This is Madonna.
It's Michael Bublé, and you're listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep Show. It's fun. They're amazing.
Yo, you got a problem? Pooja and Gurdeep will solve it. Advice, baby.
It is free advice. That's true. Sometimes you reach out to us and you have a question, you have something you want us to help you with. And this one comes from, and it usually is someone anonymous. Anonymous.
That's how you know it's going to be good.
Yes.
When it's anonymous.
Because they don't want anybody to know who they are. But Anonymous in Milton, wow, has quite a conversation piece. I'm going to put it that way.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with this.
Okay, well, let's hear it.
Okay. Dear P&G, my now husband and I decided to write our own vows at our wedding a few months ago.
Okay, good idea.
But during the best man speech, he let it slip that my husband had ChatGPT help write his vows for him.
Oh, man.
Everyone laughed, but I didn't find it funny. I don't know what I'm more upset about, that he used ChatGPT or that I couldn't tell. Do I bring this up or enjoy being a newlywed?
Okay, so they agreed to write their own vows. She wrote hers from her heart and from her mind. It sounds like she enjoyed his vows, but then she found out in the best man speech that he got help from ChatGPT to write the vows, and now she feels like they're like tainted or not as genuine, and she's like, what do I do with this? Do I say anything or just...
Like, is it even worth mentioning?
That's tricky, man.
Yeah.
Because I would feel a little cheated or slighted if like I poured my soul onto the paper and then you find out your partner like used AI?
Yeah, but not everybody is great with words, right? Not everybody can like find a way to describe how they're feeling in the perfect way. So like, how is it any different than being inspired by like a poem or something, right? Where people read poems all the time as their way of expressing themselves. Like, what's the problem with getting ChatGPT to put into words how you're feeling? You still have to give it prompts.
Right. You do still have to give it prompts. And that's the thing, right? Like you could have been generic and be like, hey, help me write my wedding vows, full stop, enter. Or you could be like, hey, this is my wife. Her name's Julie. She likes white lilies. And I met her at a bookstore while she was reading Catcher in the Rye. Like you could put in all the things and then get it to paint you a very specific story, which shows that you are thoughtful. But I guess where do you draw the line? Like, is he ever going to think of a gift to get her, or is he going to get ChatGPT's help because he can't come up with something creative or thoughtful? And you're still taking the time to do it. I don't know. I'm torn on this one.
Because these are the times we live in. People often say that, ChatGPT is great for inspiration. So it sort of starts you on a path and then maybe you fill in the rest. Like, I don't know how much of this is like verbatim ChatGPT and how much of it is some of him and then some of ChatGPT.
This is a tough one to sort of like adjudicate here. I feel like it's probably okay that he used ChatGPT, but I think that he should have probably cleared it with her before to be like, hey,
yes,
we're allowed to use ChatGPT or we're not allowed to use ChatGPT. Like, we should have clarified the ground rules.
Some disclosure.
Yes.
Yes.
And maybe this is just a learning moment for her to be like, hey, anytime we're doing anything emotional or sentimental or it involves an anniversary or birthday, maybe you just need to set the ground rules and be like, hey,
yes,
birthdays, Christmas, anniversaries, AI's off limits.
Yeah. maybe, and is this the times that we live in now where this has to be part of a conversation?
It's it's the wild, wild west, man.
Wow. See, like when I first hear this, I'm like, I wouldn't be offended. I think it's fine. And then I like think about what you just said is I pour my heart out and then I'm like, oh, ChatGPT. So is it genuine, I guess, is what you feel?
Like, what if Paul got you a killer anniversary gift and it was super thoughtful and you're like, oh my gosh, like how did this is so... And then you found out he like ChatGPT came up with it, not Paul.
I don't think I'd mind.
Really?
Yeah.
You're like, as long as I get the gift.
I mean, if it was so thoughtful, I'll just like it.
Okay, all right. You know what? Like I said, this is the Wild Wild West and not the crappy Will Smith movie, like actual real life. What do you think? Should she bring it up? Should she do anything here? John from Brantford, what do you think?
I think she should kind of just like let it go. Because like my wife, like when it comes to like my kids' birthdays and stuff like that, she posts like this like amazing stuff online, like about their birthdays and stuff like that. And then when I try to post, like I just like draw a blank. So like if you use it for like a little bit of help, I don't think it's a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, like Pooja said, not everyone is creative with their words, so nothing wrong with a little assist.
Yeah, because he didn't use it for the whole thing. He's just using it for a little bit.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, John.
Not a problem.
Worth noting on the text line, too, Amanda in Newfoundland, Alexandra from Hamilton, all sort of sympathizing with the guy here saying, you know what? It's okay. Kind of let him off the hook. I'm paraphrasing.
I'm thinking maybe Anonymous from Milton is feeling some kind of way because maybe it feels less genuine, right? It's like, is this how you really feel about me? Or is this because you just thought it sounded nice?
Like her words came from the heart. His came from a bot. I get it. I get both sides.
Yeah. Tanya from Aurora, what do you think?
I would say probably not, because I think you have to instruct ChatGPT to kind of put things in your own words. Mm-hmm. So it's sort of your feelings just said in a different way. So I wouldn't really say anything.
Okay, yeah. So that's the thing. There's nuance to ChatGPT. It's not like black and white, like you used AI, you didn't use AI. As we were saying, you have to be very thoughtful to get it to... It's sort of like you get out what you put in, right? If you're very thoughtful with the prompts and what you feed it, you'll get a very thoughtful response.
I guess we don't know, though. Is that what happened? Like, did this gentleman just write my vows for me, period, and then it spit something out? Or was there more to it, more specifics?
I'm guessing there was more to it because if she couldn't tell when he read it, that means it was probably pretty specific and seemingly heartfelt, right?
But, like, unless it's just universal, like love's universal and there's universal themes.
Then she probably wouldn't have liked that, would she? Like, isn't the key to love, and I don't know, but isn't the key to love in the specificity of your story?
I don't know.
What do you think, Tanya?
I think there's some genuine part to it. I don't think it's got copy-paste.
Okay.
So that's just my opinion. So, yeah.
All right. Hey, listen, I love that we're team guy here. We're letting the guy off the hook. This is terrific.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
So, Gurdeep, you're single in the city. I wonder, how do you feel?
God. Sounds like a terrible reality show.
Oh, it sounds like a terrible reality show?
Single in the city?
No, it sounds great. Starring Gurdeep Ahluwalia. Okay, how do you feel about dating apps? Are you on them?
You know what? I've been on and off apps. It's funny you asked that, actually. I'm okay with apps. I know that's like the place to meet people. I prefer IRL in real life. But can I tell you, I've been hesitating to get back on the apps. I've been intending to get back on the apps for 3 months now. And
3 months?
My finger has been hovering over the button on my phone, and I just haven't re-downloaded the app.
Not the hover.
It just represents so much. You don't know this because you haven't been on the apps. Steph, you don't know this. You haven't been on the apps. You guys are missing nothing.
I was on the apps.
Oh, you were?
It
Okay.
was awful.
You're missing nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
I know it's the conduit to meeting people, but it's just there's so much that comes with it. It's resetting your profile. It's spending hours on there, going through profiles, clicking, conversing, most of which go nowhere. Eventually, you hope to find one, but it is a lot of useless conversation and staring at your phone in the summer to get there. And this is why I have been hesitating for 3 months.
This is why you're doing the hover. Okay, well, here's the thing. If you get on a dating app, apparently, at least according to research from Harvard Business School and Boston University, they say that, look, it's not about where you've been or what you do for a living or any of those things. It's based on who you are and how you describe yourself and the words you use to describe yourself when it comes to your profile of how you attract more matches.
They got a bunch of nerds to study dating at Harvard, and they're going to tell us how to do it? This is awesome. I love the future. Let's go.
Apparently, when it comes to men, there are like 6 words in particular that are very attractive. So why don't I ask you if it's true for you, okay?
Food. No, that's not one.
No, that's not one of them.
I can cook. No, that's not. No.
No. So 21% of those surveyed said that the word funny, you see funny in a profile, you like that. Yes.
I'm swiping right on funny.
Okay.
Although, who's saying they're funny?
Well, I mean-
I'll tell you if you're funny. Someone else will tell you. It's like giving yourself a nickname. You can't call yourself funny, can you?
Unless I say something funny. Also,
I'd go with I have a sense of humor. Calling yourself funny, actually, you know what?
oh, you can-
Yeah.
wow. Picky much? Okay. This is a tie. The next one at 22% was physically fit. Somebody who goes to the gym, right?
Yep.
You like going to the gym.
Physically fit. But also, wouldn't the pictures tell me that? Like, you don't need to say it.
Okay, but...
Right?
Oh,
that seems a little... yeah. The pictures will show it. What do you...
Wow. Okay, I can see why maybe dating apps aren't for you. 30% surveyed said that these two words, this was a tie, are attracted to them. Spontaneous and thoughtful. Is that attractive?
Yeah, spontaneous
Are you
and
sure?
thoughtful.
Yes.
Are you gonna buzz it?
Do you have something against spontaneous and thoughtful?
No, you know what? Because I can't tell that by looking at you in a picture, and I think you can fairly judge if you're spontaneous. You can't fairly judge if you're funny,
Right. But can you say I'm thoughtful?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Those are fine. Those are good.
We're getting somewhere.
Those are
Okay.
good, yeah.
39% of men surveyed said ambitious was very attractive because they like a woman who's, powerful, who wants things, who has their own thing going on.
Love a gal who's ambitious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ambish. We'll do the opposite as well of what, women don't want to hear, which is probably abbreviating words that they have to decipher and figure out.
That's just you and Steph.
Like ambish. Okay. And number one, 46% of men surveys say sweet. The word sweet.
The word sweet.
Draws them in every time.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like sweet?
I don't know.
Sweet's not going to be a red flag. That's a green flag.
Okay,
That's good.
but it's okay to be self-professed sweet?
I think so. I think you know if you're sweet.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
these are all fine. I mean, I'm surprised it took a bunch of eggheads at Harvard to come up with this. It's all these pretty self-explanatory.
So are you going to still hover above
No,
the dating
you know what?
app, or are you going to go...
I'm glad we're talking about it. This is just talking about it, getting it out there. I got it. Yes, I will be back on before the end of the month.
Okay.
Be out there.
Sweet, ambitious, thoughtful, spontaneous, physically fit, funny girl is waiting for you somewhere.
Look out.
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI.
Okay, so we know that there are two types of people in the world. The people who hang toilet paper over the roll and the people who hang it under.
We're back to this, hey?
Yes, but now it looks like the debate has finally been settled by a scientist.
By a scientist or by Steph? Because in the 4 years I've known Steph, she gets fired up about a lot of stuff. I don't think I've ever seen her as fired up about this being de facto.
Okay, for you it's over, right? Producer Steph?
Yes.
Okay.
And if it's not over, it's over.
If it's not over, I'm changing it to over for you.
And
Okay.
can we just establish where we all stand on this before you get to the de facto result?
I am not that picky about it.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't look when I put it on. Sometimes it's over, sometimes it's under, and guess what? It works both ways.
Agreed.
I know, but under is not right.
Well, according to science, it is. And you're wrong.
Let me guess, the scientist is under.
Yes.
What, really?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was going to be over.
No, it's under. So this professor of clinical microbiology at this university.
Yeah.
You hang with
From
some
TikTok
fancy people.
University.
Harvard.
Yeah, says the under position is more hygienic.
What?
Ooh, how so?
Get out.
And this is the reason is because when you go to have it on the over position, you actually need two hands to pull off
How
a
heavy
square.
is your toilet paper?
If it's
you
over, because you have to hold the top.
Hold the
No,
top.
you
and then-
don't.
Yes. Whereas if
Just
it's
rip it
under,
off.
you can kind of push it against the wall and like rip it off with one hand.
Oh, because the wall's clean.
Well, the idea is, but it's okay because it's still just the one hand. The idea is you're not putting both hands.
I don't know what's on
spreading
that
more
wall.
bacteria,
Oh,
more
get-
germs.
no.
What's on that other hand?
Yeah, no.
Either way,
I was expecting a better explanation from these
You're going to
clinical
put it up
researchers.
against the wall? I'm not putting my toilet paper against the wall when I'm somewhere. I don't know what's on your wall.
but
Trust
then-
my hands
but
more
then
than the wall.
When you're going to use toilet paper, like let's say whether you're at a public restroom or you're going to, a friend's house, you now know that like both hands have been on the toilet paper versus just one. It's
Versus
more
the entire wall.
it's more contamination.
No,
and you're not touching the wall; you're touching the toilet paper.
don't know
Does
what's
this
on
mean
that
we
wall.
need to get to a point where we're washing our hands before and after we use the bathroom?
I mean,
Like-
if you're that picky about it, look, you're not alone. When they've done surveys on people who prefer over or under, 70% prefer over, just like you.
Because they're good people.
The vast
Those
majority.
are great people.
But then also when you use the public washrooms, a lot of the public washrooms have like the metal cover over
Right,
the toilet.
yeah,
so
you're
you're
just
only
grabbing the bottom.
exposing the bottom. So
It's
do we
more
need to
hygienic.
do we need to start using metal or plastic covers over our toilet paper at home?
Yes.
If there's a cover over it, do you still care whether it's over or under?
No, because I can't see it.
Wait, why do you prefer it over? Tell us again. Why?
Because
is it
when you pull the toilet paper, you don't need two hands. You just pull the toilet paper and flick it, and it rips off.
Okay, expert over
That's
toilet
right.
paper person.
But when you
sometimes-
go under, you can't find it. So you're actually touching the toilet roll more because you're trying to find it. Because it doesn't just automatically hang there. It'll stick sometimes.
The part that you're touching more is going on your bottom.
Yeah, well, I'm okay with my hands. I don't want it touching the wall.
Guys, I think we solved nothing.
The debate rages on.
I'm still going to close my eyes when I put it on the roll, and if it's over, it's under.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
So yesterday you brought us a very interesting story. Harvard Business School had done research on 6 words that females could use in their dating profile that would supposedly get men to swipe right on those profiles.
Yeah, because it's how you describe yourself. It's certain words that you use.
Buzzwords.
That are maybe more attractive to men.
Sure, and those words, just to recap, if you missed it, were funny, physically fit, spontaneous, thoughtful, ambitious, sweet.
And you agreed with 50% of the list.
I think 4 out of 6. I think I was good with. And I was like, yeah, like this makes sense. Like those are attractive words. Those would catch my intrigue, probably get me swiping right. So I've not commissioned Harvard or any Ivy League school, but I've got 6 words that may entice women to swipe right based on my feeling. These are 6 words fellas can use on their dating profile that's going to get you to swipe right. This is my research. I'm asking you and Steph.
Okay.
And you guys can tell me what you think of this list that I have compiled.
And this is based on your experience in the dating world.
Not on apps, just what I think women would want to see on the dating apps.
With your proven results.
No, I haven't been on the apps much. This is just what I think.
Okay.
And this is a serious list. Like
Okay.
this is not a joke
You
list.
don't want me to.
I'm serious.
Okay.
I want your honest feedback, both of you.
Okay.
Genuine.
Listen, I was on dating apps, and people that were genuine were not genuine.
I feel
That
like when you
doesn't catch my
say
attention.
genuine, it's like the people who say genuine.
What?
I'm really
And they go to
genuine.
clubs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like maybe go with authentic instead of genuine.
Authentic's good.
Yeah, I like that
Authentic's
better.
good. Okay. All
Okay.
right. I'm open to suggestion here.
Okay.
Authentic is good. I'll make a note.
Okay.
I'll take it back to the
Yeah,
team.
authentic.
I.e. me. Witty.
Oh, that's like funny.
No, funny. No, funny means like class clown funny. Witty shows you are smart, you're listening, and you're quick.
Yeah, but I don't think you get to say you're
Yeah,
witty.
you don't get to say it. Like somebody's
Well,
be like,
you had
oh,
funny on your female
I
dating
know,
profile
and you
there,
didn't- and you
Poindexter.
didn't- You didn't like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're shooting it
I'll
down
tell
for the
you
same
if you're
reason?
witty or not.
Yeah.
Okay, see, I'm not going to poo-poo that because
Yeah.
I agree. I
Plus,
agree
you have
with
to
that.
leave some mystery. Let them find out you're witty. You don't want to put that out there
in
off
the
the
dating
hop.
world, everything's out there right away. That's how it is now. Okay, how
Okay.
about this?
Mm-hmm.
Listener.
Just listener, not a good listener.
I get 1 word. It's 6 words. Capital 2 on 1 descriptor.
Listener.
I don't know if I like that one either. Listener?
Everyone's a talker out there. I'm a listener. Isn't that what girls want? Someone who listens?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the word listener, I don't think is very catchy.
Yeah, it sounds like a made up word. It sounds like it's not a real word. You're just like, listener.
Listener of what?
I'm listener. A listener to your problem.
I'm so glad you two are not single and out there in the pool. Okay, this one, there's no way you can disagree with this. This one I'm just going to let hang out there. And if you say you don't like this, you're lying.
Okay.
Secure.
Well, that's
Oh,
good.
I like that.
That's
good.
emotionally, financially, both that is underrated. And if you say that doesn't matter, you are lying.
No,
Well,
I
that's good.
agree. We agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is great.
Now
This is
you
a-
know we're being honest.
This is a hyphen. It only took 4 words to get your honesty. This one's a hyphenated word, but it counts as 1. And this is like half my dating profile pictures. Dog dad.
Oh, yeah, that's cute.
Come on.
It's cute. It's cute. But here's the thing. Because I know you, I know that Coffee the Pooch is the number 1 girl in your life, right? So if I'm the girl, I might just be like, yeah, but will he love that dog more
But
than he
it
loves me?
shows you can care, you can nurture,
Yes.
you can
I
love
liked
something.
when I was on the
Yes.
dating apps. If someone had a dog, I'm like, they
I
got to be a
agree.
good
giving,
person.
it's giving starting family
Yeah.
vibes.
Not even. No, okay, calm down.
Okay. Okay, and the last one? Okay, the last one?
Okay.
Hydrated.
What? Get out of here.
Look, it shows
Hydrated?
I take care of my body, and if you let me,
Get out.
maybe I'll take care of yours too.
Okay. No.
Wow. Genuine disappointment.
Am I in a relationship?
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
this is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast. The Daily Double.
With Pooja and Gurdeep.
We got 2 stories you need to know. Pooj, what you got?
Okay, this is going to come as no surprise, but a survey recently showed that an alarming number of college and university students were caught cheating between 2023 and 2024. And of course, not the traditional way you would cheat, but you guessed it, using ChatGPT.
Oh, to like write papers and stuff?
Yes. And of course, they have software that they can detect AI and when it's been used. So that's what this is based on. So there were 7,000 proven cases of cheating using AI in this study, which amounts to 5.1 students per 1,000 students.
Okay, that's still pretty low.
Okay. However, if you compare it to the year prior, it was 3.5 per 1,000.
So it's trending in the wrong direction.
Yes. And what do you think the projection is for this year? Of course, it's going to go up, and they think it's going to be 7.5 per 1,000 students. It's only going to become more used, right? And this is only people who got caught. Imagine how people didn't get caught.
That's the thing. At some point, the AI will get better than the software that catches them. And then it's just going to be this game of cat and mouse constantly, right? Imagine the embarrassment of getting called into the office of the dean or the professor when they're like, you use ChatGPT, we're going to have to fail you. Like, this is the modern day plagiarism, right?
Yeah. Or they're going to be like, yeah, me and everyone else.
Yeah.
Right?
Or you throw down a smoke cloud and you're like, boom, I'm not even here. And then you're a robot? No.
Yeah, this explains a lot of your university days. What do you got?
Okay, well, I wish I was bringing you a different story talking about Game 7 coming up Friday night, but instead, the Florida Panthers won the Stanley Cup last night, and they did it in convincing fashion. They beat Edmonton 5-1 in Game 6 on home ice.
No.
They're now back-to-back Stanley Cup champions, which is an insane feat. Immediately, everyone's trying to define them because that's what we do, right? We like labels. So the question is, are they a modern-day dynasty? So let me tell you this. Traditional dynasties, like sports fans, hockey fans, think of like the New York Islanders and Edmonton Oilers of the 80s. They won 4 and 5 Stanley Cups. Think of the Wayne Gretzky Oilers.
In a row, though?
They won 4 in a row, Edmonton, and then another one after Gretzky left.
Okay.
The Islanders, yes, won 4 in a row. This was the wild 80s, right? But things have changed. There's 32 teams now. There's a salary cap. It's more of a level playing field. So the parameters of what constitutes a modern-day dynasty are different now. No one's going to win 4 or 5 in a row. But Florida has now been to 3 straight finals and won 2 of them. Would you say that qualifies as a modern-day dynasty?
In a cap era?
Am I asking the wrong person?
Yes.
Yeah.
You definitely. I'm going to go with no.
Really?
I don't think we're there. Maybe if there were 3. I feel like I like
3 straight finals, 2 cups?
I like things in threes. If they had won that year that they went to it, the first one,
okay.
Sure.
Wow, Pooja's got high standards. Well, if you're keeping track at home, that is 6 straight Stanley Cup finals that have gone through the state of Florida. 3 in a row for Tampa, then 3 in a row for Florida. Those who say the no state tax thing isn't a factor are lying to themselves.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
And now, another Pooja Masterclass from TikTok University.
Can't help it. I learned stuff. I learned stuff on TikTok and on Instagram, and then I got to share it with you. And I don't know if it works. I don't know if any of these hacks are actually something you should do in your own life, but I'm just the messenger. I'm providing the information. You do what you want with it.
Okay, so you haven't actually tested this out?
No.
Okay.
No.
Great.
That's a nice way of saying no. I don't know if this works. This is a sleep hack. All of us struggle with sleep, right? Have you ever been in a situation where you're trying to get to bed, you're staring at the ceiling, and you're just like, what do I do? Counting sheep doesn't work. All your traditional ways of getting to sleep aren't working.
Sometimes the brain just doesn't want to shut off. You're ready to sleep. Your brain is not.
Yes. So this hack apparently will help you in that situation. This is how it works.
And you can do this with your eyes closed. What you're going to do, you're going to look up, you're going to look down, you're going to look left, you're going to look right. You're going to make a circle, look around. You're going to make a circle, look around the other way. You're going to cross-eyed. That's what you're going to do with your eyes closed. Usually I need between 1 and 4 rounds of this. And usually by the 3rd round, I don't even know what my eyes are doing. I don't even think they're moving. I'm thinking about moving them, but I don't even think they're moving. And usually I start thinking, I don't think this is going to work. And usually that's the last thought I have before I go back to sleep.
She sounds like what her eyes are doing all over the place.
Yes.
What?
Okay, so did you get any of that?
Just move your eyes all around like the Hokey Pokey?
Yeah, basically like left, right, all around, like clockwise, counterclockwise, and then cross-eyed. And you do that.
But with your eyes closed.
With your eyes closed. And she says, by the time you get to the 4th time of doing that, you fall asleep.
This is the modern day counting sheep?
I guess so.
Look, anyone who's up right now and listening, there's a good chance that you're part of this group this Venn diagram that has trouble sleeping. If you're up this early, you work early, which means it can be hard to sleep in summer, and you probably didn't get your 8 hours. Who's getting 8 hours if you're up at this time?
Oh my goodness, nobody. But maybe this hack helps. Like the next time I can't fall asleep, I'm going to try it and I'll report back.
I eat tonight.
Yes. Every night.
Mm-hmm.
Every
okay,
night.
because you have a birthday of a 3-year-old today, so you're not getting to sleep on time.
No, that's true. So what are you going to do? What's the hack? Let's see if you're paying attention.
I put my right eye in, I put my right eye out, I shake my right eye, and I cross-eye it all about?
Yes, that's exactly it. Good luck.
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI.
So we know that kids say the darndest things, but apparently parents do as well. And producer Steph, something happened over the weekend with you and a friend of yours at a restaurant?
Yeah, so it was, okay, so me and my kids were there. My daughter's 15, my son's 12, and their 2 daughters were there. They're 17 and 15.
Okay, a little older.
And so we're sitting at the table, we order our drinks, we're ordering our food, and the girls keep like chit-chatting together, and we're like, what are they talking about? And they're all like giggling and whatever.
Uh-oh.
And then we hear them, and they're talking about the waiter. So he's about
Your waiter?
Yeah, so he's like 21, 22, and he's adorable. Yeah. And they're like, he's cute. And they're like saying all these comments about him, right? So,
All right.
right? And they're all like gushing over him.
And were you like, do you like him?
So we ignored
do
him.
you love him?
That's kind of like what Ezio was doing. Ezio was like, you guys are so annoying. You're so cringe. And then once we ordered and the food came around, the girl's dad stops him and he's like, I just want to let you know.
Stops the waiter.
Yeah, stops the waiter as he's dropping off food. And he's like, I just want to let you know. He's like, my daughter thinks you're cute. And
He did not.
No.
And we're all sitting at the table. We're like, what just happened?
No.
And the waiter kind of just like smiles and he's like, oh, and he looks over. There's 3 girls. He doesn't know which one he's talking about. But his daughter, who was clearly who he was pointing out, starts getting all red. She's covering her face. She's like, no. And then the other girls are laughing and she like ducks under the table slowly.
What day was this? Was this Saturday or Sunday?
It was on Saturday.
Did this dad just think like Father's Day's tomorrow? I can get away with anything.
Yes.
I've got carte blanche to do whatever I want.
Oh, and I'm like, I couldn't believe he did that because my friends did that to me when I was younger and I was so embarrassed. So I'm like, I could just feel her embarrassment as she crawled under the table. We had to like try and like get her back out because she was so embarrassed. But the guy was really cool about it. He didn't like bring it up again or whatever, but it was hilarious.
Could you feel the heat radiating off her face?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm getting hot just
I
listening
know.
to this
I'm
story.
mortified for her.
I have secondhand embarrassment.
See, this is what parents, I guess, say the darndest things to
Yeah.
embarrass you. Like, I'm shocked that there wasn't any more fallout. Like, are they on speaking terms?
I haven't asked if they're still speaking, but
Was his Father's Day tie or coffee mug rescinded? Like, what happened? Oh, my gosh.
Oh my god! I think we've all been there though, where our parents have embarrassed us, right?
I mean, yeah, that's part of the job, isn't it?
Yeah, and more so when we were younger. Like now, it's not embarrassing. Now I'm the embarrassment.
Well,
in the family.
I don't know. My mom still embarrasses me kind of on the
Really?
little things. Like she does this all the time, and I keep telling her not to. Anytime she talks to me, like she's a Gen Z, she has it on speakerphone. Always. And she'll do this when she's at lunch with people or she's at someone's house. And I don't know who she's with. I don't know where she is. So we're talking like maybe about personal things.
Right.
And then I'll hear chatter in the background or someone else weighing in. And I'm like, am I on speaker? Who are you with? She does this all the time to the point now where I speak generically and very boringly with my mom until I know what setting she's in.
Okay, that's good because otherwise, it's what does it sound like? It's like, Mom, did you make my favorite dish?
Yeah. Like, oh, you still make food for him? Like, stop it. Who is that?
So parents say the darndest things. That we want you to share stories with us of times that maybe your parents have embarrassed you. I love that.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
And we've been there, you know, where your parents have embarrassed you. We want to know what those stories are. Let's go to Annette in Guelph. What's that for you?
A time when my mother embarrassed me, I was introducing her to my boyfriend, who eventually became my husband. And so we were going to her house. She knew I was coming for whatever time it was. Mm-hmm. And I knock on the door, and she answers the door in a little towel that barely covers her body because she had taken a shower.
Oh, dear.
I'm like 18 years old. My mom was 40 years older than me, so she was 58. And yes, she my boyfriend in this little towel.
What did your boyfriend say?
Well, later on, he basically kind of had commented, now he knows what I'm going to look like when I get to her age.
That's awesome. Well, hopefully because you guys got married, hopefully now you can all joke about it.
Well, actually, I'm now divorced, so.
Oh, jeez. I hope that's not the reason why.
No, that is not the reason why.
Annette, do you have kids?
I have a 23-year-old daughter, yes.
Okay, can you imagine doing that to your 23-year-old daughter?
Oh, I embarrass her all the time because we're like best friends. And so because I'm single, I may say some things that may not be appropriate if I was just, her mom and we weren't so as close. And I do it in front of her friends all the time.
Oh,
well,
my.
I guess it's a rite of passage as a parent.
Yes.
Precisely.
There you go. Annette, thank you so much for sharing that with us. We appreciate it.
You guys have a lovely day, and I listen to your show all the time. I love you guys.
Oh, thank you.
We love you too.
Love you
Thank
too.
you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks. Bye.
When did your parents embarrass you? Text coming in at 981-981. Debbie in Brampton says, so if we were away from school for anything, my dad would write us a note back in the 80s that would say, Debbie was away with my permission. Sign the letter and send it with me. My homeroom teacher in grade 13 didn't like these letters. He wanted my dad to be specific as to why I was absent.
Ooh.
So one day I missed the bus because I had a bloody nose. The next day, Dad sent me to school with a note that said, Debbie was absent today due to hemorrhaging.
Oh, no.
I was 17.
No.
And absolutely mortified.
No.
40 years later, still one of the most embarrassing things my dad ever did.
Okay, your dad wins. Your dad wins that one. You feel better, Steph?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Thanks for listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Listen to Pooja and Gurdeep live weekday mornings from 5 to 9.
Only on 98.1 CHFI.
Toronto's perfect music mix.